Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about the operator that I think is going to be the best solo queue operator for the season, and that operator is going to actually be Pulse. Now, before I talk about today's video, I actually wanted to bring up something with my uploading schedule. So, previously I was doing a weekly step-by-step video, and then I was doing YouTube shorts to fill up the space. However, I decided that I probably am not going to keep going with that, and the reason why is because since the release of CJX High Stakes this season, I've actually been noticing that a lot of my old clips are becoming like irrelevant, if that makes sense. Like a lot of the new changes just basically don't matter that much anymore, so I can't really use them for step-by-step videos. So what I've decided to do is that instead of just like getting rid of all of those clips, like just deleting them outright, is I'm going to create some highlight videos with those clips, and we're just going to like spam post them. We're going to do daily uploads, weekly step-by-step video plus daily uploads for highlight videos, and we're going to basically catch all the way back up to CJX clips basically before we stop, and then we're gonna do more step-by-step videos like weekly. Maybe we'll change the upload schedule again once it turns into like once we catch up to like our CJX clips, but for now that's gonna be the new upload schedule. But to get started in today's video, guys, we're gonna be on Night Haven here. We're gonna be playing Pulse. Now, one of the main core aspects of Pulse that I want you guys to understand is that when you play Pulse, you got to realize that if you get spotted, that the enemy team is probably going to bring operators to counter you. However, one thing that you should pay attention to is that if you don't get spotted, there's a very high chance you can take advantage of that to get yourself free kills on the enemy team. Now, you're going to see right here, the enemy team was making a push for IT and electrical in this position. I'm going to go ahead here and actually go ahead and Nitro somebody for IT, get myself a free kill. There's one guy Raptors, there's one guy still pushing electrical, so they're going to go ahead and take site here. However, we're going to make a play here. We're going to go down below, and we're going to pulse scan to try to deny the plant. This guy thinks that he can plant on top of this box right here, but we're going to go ahead and shotgun a little hole in the floor, and then we're going to go and pull out our pistol out and then shoot his back. Unfortunately, he is going to go ahead and get the plant down, but that's okay because we're going to go ahead and trade him. Now it's a nice 1v1. The last guy in this position is IT. He tries to shoot me through the vert from the C4 hold that I made earlier. And this position, what we need to do is, since he's trying to play super aggressive for me for Raptors, we need to basically bait him out with movement to peek over this railing so that way I can get a free kill onto him to secure the round in this position. We're going to see right here, he's trying to use flashes to bait my time. I'm just going to go ahead and bait him out. He's going to swing aggressively. I go ahead and use the new pistol. Well, not really the new pistol, but the Reaper. We're going to go ahead and swing aggressively to get a free kill onto him and secure the round right there. So something about me that you guys might not know is that before I was a Mute main, I was actually a Pulse main. So before I had 10,000 rounds played with Mute, I had like, I don't even know how many rounds played I have with Pulse, but we had a lot basically. And now what I want to do is I want to show you guys like a bunch of the Nitro cells that I used to do with Pulse to get myself a free kill almost every single round. This is one of them on basement for Consulate. The enemy team is trying to push through Visa. We prep our Nitro cell, wait for them to break the barricade because you can see the little particles through the floor, and then you blow up your Nitro cell once they walk in. This one is going to be another one. This one's more for like the new Consulate because basically the idea is that in old Consulate, a lot of people will just push through lobby, but in new Consulate now, a lot of people like to push through the closet, so we're going to go and prep a Nitro cell for the jump in for the closet, get ourselves another easy kill. This next one's going to be for the bedroom bomb site. Now, unfortunately, we do end up losing this round, but this was a nice Nitro cell that I feel like would be a good little like tech to get yourself a free kill, but you pull scan from below, have the hatch open, you pull out your Nitro cell, and then you walk forward while tossing your Nitro out to get yourself a free kill. This next one's on Night Haven. We already showed this one. This is going to be when enemy team pushes through IT warehouse, and you basically just toss your Nitro cell where I do here to go ahead and get yourself a free kill on anybody crouching behind a little, like, there's like a little box inside of IT. This next one's actually been really good for me so far in this season on Clubhouse for the bedroom bomb site. A lot of people like to do like a garage over type of push. So what I do is I sit over by blue stairs. As long as I'm not spotted during prep phase, I can usually sit on blue stairs, wait for the enemy team to get over to the server, toss an Nitro cell up for server CCTV, and basically get ourselves a free kill at the beginning of the round usually, and then I can rotate back up to site. I can use the new Reaper to basically play the bomb site now, and it's all really good. I feel like a lot of people didn't really like think this through. Like, a lot of people are really focused on the fact of Denari being probably overpowered. So far, Denari hasn't been that overpowered, honestly. The operator that I've found the most success with this season so far is still Mute, but Pulse is a good like second runner-up type of character, because something that I usually never do, guys, is that since I'm a content creator, since I'm a streamer, this season they released a streamer mode, basically, right? So it basically hides your name to the enemies that you're playing against. And typically for me, how it would work is that if people would see me on another team, they would hop in my stream and then they would stream snipe. So any type of roam play that I wanted to do was basically like not feasible anymore, basically. So with this season now, since I'm able to hide my name, it's a lot easier to avoid getting Q snipe, stream snipe, whatever, because there's also matchmaking delay from the stream, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it's a lot easier to play now, and I can actually show you guys some roam setups that I've always thought about doing whenever my plays with mute don't end up working, because every time I play mute, there is a world where my roamers sell their bodies, like take this round for example, we lose a teammate off rip for admin that doesn't necessarily need to be pushing for admin in this position. So in this type of position, the thing to understand is that since I'm on the roam, now I can actually do something to stop the bleed, basically, because normally in positions like this, your team is just going to keep selling bodies, but now I can be one of the guys on the roam to go ahead and get myself and my team another kill to basically trade the freebies that my randoms give away, basically, is the idea. Now, what's going to end up happening here is that the enemy team is going to also be outside the bathroom windows in this position. I'm going to go ahead and sit on Spiral here. I'm waiting for somebody to jump into the Spiral window here, but I can't stay here because they could peek me from the skylight. So I'm going to go ahead and just swing aggressively for the window here to kill myself an Ash for free. There's going to be another guy over by the yellow stairs in this position, but what we're going to do here is we're in a nice 2v2 position. There's one guy over by the yellow stairs. There's one guy, I believe, over by admin in this position, so we're going to go ahead and peek towards the double door here. We're just going to hold an angle. The nice thing about the Reaper this season is that we're going to go ahead and actually be able to take gunfights now with Pulse. You know that UMP, that gun is terrible. I'm not even going to lie, guys. The UMP is actually hot garbage, especially without an ACOG. So now we have the shotgun, we have the Reaper combo. It's almost like playing mute, because we can make rotates, and then we have that Reaper for the close range gunfights. Right here, I'm actually going to make a mistake here, and I'm going to go ahead and give a perception, but they do flash me out, so I guess it's technically worthy trade for me in this position. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and try to help out our Denari. Unfortunately, he's going to go ahead and get one kill, and then I'm going to go ahead and wallbang for the next guy who pushed me for a reception, so I knew he was going to try to peek this doorway, so I can just wallbang for a headshot to go ahead and secure the round right there. Now, something that I feel like is really important to note that you guys really need to understand when you're playing Pulse is that if you get spotted, you need to understand that the enemy team is going to bring counter operators. Now, typically that's going to mean they're going to bring IQ, that's going to mean that they're going to bring Deimos, they're going to bring, you know what I mean, they're going to bring something or use somebody on their team comp to push you out. So what I'd highly recommend doing is that instead of just like going downstairs right away, is that on some bomb sites where like the roam isn't that strong, like border in my opinion is very bad for roaming unless you're doing like a security hold or something, you know what I mean? But if you're just playing like the first floor, it's very hard to like roam in my opinion, because with the enemy team usually pushing like a east over type of push, or like a security over type of push, lockers push over type of push, it's very hard to rotate up from down below. So I'd highly recommend to start off in sight and then drop one of the hatches to get onto your roam, because if you start out there's a really good chance that somebody's going to go down below to try to kill you. So what the enemy team is going to go for this round is they're going to go for mostly a lockers push. The idea that I'm going for here is that I'm trying to get them to open up the barricade for the locker's doorway, and then my idea is to toss a nitro cell through the floor to the open wall, basically. Now, what I really should have did during this round is I should have pre-opened the door for lockers here, because that would actually enable me to essentially stop them from even probably opening the wall and potentially getting a free kill early. However, these guys are going to go ahead and kill most of my team, and I'm going to go ahead and nitro a guy that was trying to plant for half wall here, and we're going to go ahead and walk up metal to kill an Ash that was playing for 90 cross. We're going to go ahead and get a free kill onto him. Then we swing the window here for top metal here. We're going to go ahead and kill another guy through the feet holes that we made earlier on in the round. That's another thing that I feel like you should be doing when you're playing Pulse in the meta right now, is that you should be trying to make the rotates, because now you have the shotgun, you have the Reaper combo. It's extremely important to make your own rotates, and you also have the Nitro Cell for the free kills. Now right here, the last guy in this position is actually going to be a Blackbeard. I'm in a 2v1 position here. All we have to do in this type of position is just go ahead and just play safe, because the idea here that we need to make sure we don't do is we can't can't make this into a 1v1 position. If we make it into a 1v1 position, it's going to be extremely hard to win because the Blackbeard's going to be able to just force for the last guy. So what we do here is we pretty much wait for him to start planting. Then both me and my teammate are going to push aggressively for him. And you're going to see right here, this guy's going to try to nade me and then swing me aggressively. Luckily, we have the Reaper though, so we're able to just go ahead and swing him aggressively to get ourselves a free kill. And don't mind me shooting this guy's body here. We're just going to go ahead and do that because it's a Blackbeard player. Blackbeard did get nerfed this season, but I'm going to be honest, the Blackbeard nerf is not really that crazy. I'm going to be honest. He's still just as strong as he was last season, in my opinion. So having the Reaper now on Pulse is really nice because now you're actually able to take some gunfights against him that you normally wouldn't be able to with Pulse, in my opinion, because the rate of fire was so slow on that UMP, so it's hard to get the headshot onto them. But now we have the Reaper to take those type of gunfights. Another thing I actually wanted to quickly bring up, guys, is how do you guys feel about like a weekly full game video? Because I've been thinking about, like, as well as doing like highlight videos and as weekly step-by-step videos, I was thinking about doing weekly full games as well. The reason for that is that since I'm able to now roam because of the streamer mode changes, basically, I'm actually getting a lot of high kill games, like where I get like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 kills per game, you know what I mean? Or not per game, but you know what I mean? Like, we're getting a lot more higher full games that we could be using. So let me know if you guys would like to see that. But right here, I wanted to show you guys on this clip in particular, this play where we basically play Pulse, and instead of playing down below, we're going to actually roam above on the third floor, basically. So, or I guess the second floor for this map. So it's the second floor, first floor, and a basement bomb site, right? So we're on the basement bomb site. We're playing below in this position, and basically the idea here is that we're using Pulse to basically try to shotgun people through the floor for them trying to push through vending. So you're gonna see right here, this guy's gonna stop moving. He's gonna be on a camera. We're gonna just shotgun him straight from above and get ourselves a free kill, which is gonna essentially shut down a portion of their exosuit push in this position, which is great. And there's gonna be another guy who's gonna go ahead and walk through warehouse in this position where you see him on the post scan. We're gonna go ahead and wait till he gets comfortable, and then we're gonna go ahead and swing from Raptors here to try to get ourselves another free kill on Ash right there. We go ahead and get that free kill. They have the hatch open here, and we're going to go ahead and just drop the hatch now, because now it's a nice 3v2 position. The last two in this position, if I'm not mistaken, is there's one actually outside the breach. The other guy in this position is actually going to be pushing over by Exosuit here, so we're going to swing aggressively first for the Exosuit guy. He's going to go ahead and try to swing this long hallway here. Well, actually, excuse me, actually, the guy that's on breach is going to swing aggressively first, so we're going to swing aggressively for him, get a nice little wall bang for him right there, and then the last guy, which is the Exosuit guy, is going to go ahead and barrel his way into sight. We're going to go ahead and play nice and patient here. We're going to allow him to try to go for like some kind of plant if he wants to do that. Now, I didn't notice at this time before my teammate actually calls it out to me, but the bomb is actually dropped over by cargo hallway in this position. So if he wants to plant, he's going to actually have to rotate upstairs. But if he rotates upstairs, he's not going to have enough time to actually make a push anymore or rotate back the way he came. So he's going to try to drop this hatch that we dropped earlier in the round. So when he goes to drop that hatch, we're going to go ahead and just shoot this Goyo here. He's going to drop right into some fire, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a very easy kill to go ahead and secure the round right there. Honestly, guys, right now, Pulse is just, like, he's so good. It's not even funny. Like, he's just so, like, I wanna call today's meta of Siege kind of being, like, lazy, if that makes sense. So, like, unless you're playing, like, a 5-stack of, like, really coordinated players, there's a really good chance that even if people do spot you at the end of a round, they're probably not even gonna bring counter operators to stop you from doing whatever push you're trying to do. Right here, we're going to go ahead and start this clip here on the Villa kitchen dining bomb site, and basically there's going to be a guy that tries to walk up pantry here. We're going to go ahead and make this call out for our teammates here, and then we're just basically going to be having our Cav hit a flank for this guy so he can go ahead and get himself a very easy interrogation. Something we did right there, by the way, is something where we call, like, it's basically like a traction, basically, because what we did is we essentially shot our gun to basically mask the audio of our Cav flanking that guy in that position. So we basically attracted him into believing that we were the only, like, presence to him in that position. So our Cav is able to flank there and get ourselves a nice little interrogation. But from that interrogation, we know that there's people trying to push for laundry in this position. we're going to go ahead and relay that information over to our teammates here. He's going to go ahead and try to swing aggressively for this guy inside the laundry. He's going to lose the gunfight. So what we need to do in this position now is we need to go ahead and take his spot now. And we need to basically find an opportunity to go ahead and kill this laundry guy. Nice thing about Pulse is that if people ever stop moving like how this guy does in this moment right here, is we actually have a play where we can just take off our pulse scanner and then swing aggressively to get ourselves a very easy kill. Now, they do technically get audio of you putting away the pulse scanner, so keep that in mind. However, it is very, very quick, so there is a really high chance that if you can swing somebody with a good enough timing, there is a good chance they're not even going to be looking at you if you pull out the pulse scanner and have them like not moving or whatever, you know what I mean? There's a really good chance you can just pre-fire them before they even make like any like big adjustment to their position. So right here, we're in a nice 3v3 position. There actually is a guy who jumped into the memo through the window that was open. So we're going to be trying to play like a cross angle position with our teammate that's playing over by kitchen here. And we're going to go ahead and get audio of Sony body being inside a memo, but he doesn't charge in to try to swing me. He actually goes ahead and just kind of makes audio over by the rotate, which tells me that I can swing, so I swing aggressively to get myself a free kill. And then they actually, in this moment as well, they're going to go ahead and open up the memo wall, and they're going to also open up my door here. The Fuse is going to go ahead and try to barrel his way in. We're in a nice little rat spot, so we're able to get a free kill for him. Last guy in this position decides to try to push laundry. He's going to go ahead and base since it's a 2v1 and lose the round, and we're going to go ahead and win it right there. But hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.